Jade here from the Rawsome Truth. In Bristol, they did a study with over 2,000 people asking them the top 5 reasons why they wouldn't go vegan. I'm going to do a run through of the top 5 reasons people came up with. Number 1 was, I like meat too much. 81% of people said that. And I think most people who are vegan now can understand that excuse, because most of us at one stage or another ate meat. And you are used to the certain meals that you've eaten all the time, whether it's spaghetti bolognese or a beef stroganoff or a roast or sausages on the barbecue. We understand that they have been a part of your life. But the great thing is, in 2017, you can get any meat replacement you like. So if it's sausages you think you can't go without, they've got them. And what I've found is, with all these fake meats, and there's fake fish, fake chicken, fake burgers, fake roast, fake everything, is they taste so similar to meat. And the reason they do is because I think for anybody, it's the spices and the flavours and things like that that you actually enjoy. Nobody just goes and boils a piece of chicken and says, gee, that chicken tastes good, because it tastes flavourless. It's the spices and the sauces and whatever else that has gone with it. And that's the same thing with fake meats, with legumes, lentils, vegetables and tofu. Once the flavouring's gone in and the herbs and spices, it tastes the same. So for having you like meat too much as an excuse doesn't need to be any longer. Number 2, meat substitutes are expensive. And 58% of people said that. The great thing about that is 58% of those people have actually looked into the prices of vegan food. So that in itself says people are searching. I think a lot of confusion is with people, and I know too, because of the protein myth. We're so fearful that when we become vegan, we're not going to get the protein we need. So of course we need the fake meats in order to get the nutrients. But the thing is, we actually only need about 10% of our diet to be protein. And you'll easily reach 10 to 20% of your diet protein eating a whole food plant-based diet. So there's no reason to worry. You can eat lentils, legumes, which are dirt cheap, brown rice, brown pasta, potatoes and vegetables, and of course fruit. Super, super cheap. In fact, eating a vegan diet is probably one of the cheapest ways to eat in the world. In fact, I would say it is. There's no cheaper way to eat. So worrying about the fact that you can't afford to eat the processed food, fake food that you think vegans eat, isn't an issue. Once you learn how to make certain recipes and cook certain foods and eat enough to sustain this lifestyle, you'll realise that isn't an issue at all. And if you still do enjoy having the odd amount of fake meat, perhaps say, you know what, once a week I'm going to buy some fake chicken patties and have a burger. Or once a week I'm going to buy some fake meat or fake cheese and I'm going to put it on a pizza because I still want to eat that food that I enjoyed. And that's okay too. But you don't have to have all the fake foods at every meal that you're eating, because I agree, it would become very expensive. But the great thing is, as more people come over to this lifestyle, the prices of these foods will go down with supply and demand. Number 3, 50% of people said I'd struggle with meal ideas. And this is something I understand, because when you start a complete new lifestyle, your head is swimming and you're thinking, what can I eat? And the other thing, you are worrying, am I going to get the right amount of nutrients? The thing is, you really don't have to worry, because Google is amazing. Any meal that you've always eaten, whether it be spaghetti bolognese or pizza or a burger or rissoles or whatever it is, you can Google it and then write the word vegan next to it, and I assure you, plenty of people have made vegan options of these foods. So you'll never go without a meal that you've always loved, and you'll never have to struggle with meal ideas. There's nothing that you can't eat as a vegan that you've eaten as an omnivore. The sky's actually the limit. And the most amazing thing is there's that much information out there and forums as well that will help you. I, in fact, have a forum, Fruits and Roots. The link's in the description where you can learn how to eat as a vegan. Number 4, 41% of people said my family will still eat meat and they won't participate in being a vegan or a vegetarian. Now, this can be a difficult one, and I know it is because I've looked in forums and I've seen that many people have struggled because their loved ones haven't become vegan with them. But I look at it on this side. If you had to eat a certain diet, let's say you're a celiac, or let's say that you were going to have a heart bypass or whatever it is, and you had to eat differently from your family, you would. The only difference is you're doing this on an ethical stance because you're not in agreement with the cruelty of animals and you don't want to be a part of animal agriculture. So what you need to do is say, you know what? It is the same thing. I'm making a stance against this. And whatever my family do, that's not my issue. I've got to work on me at this point in time. If you're all sitting down at the table and you all happen to be eating different meals, it's not going to be the end of the world. And it doesn't matter what restaurant you go to, there's generally vegan options in every restaurant nowadays. And the other thing is, when it comes to your shoes, your clothing, your cleaning products and everything else, your makeup, your family members aren't going to be bothered saying, well, you're not wearing leather shoes. Why aren't you wearing makeup that's tested on animals? That's not going to happen. So if you want to make this change to your life, make it. Worry about your family once you've made the change. I think sometimes we worry too much and then we say it's easier to leave it as not changing rather than making the change because it becomes easier, and change is hard. Work on you and the rest will follow through. Number 5. Now, this was 26% of people said they wouldn't become vegan because the attitude of certain vegetarians and vegan has put them off. Now, this to me is a red herring. Because if you've made the decision that you no longer want to partake in animal cruelty, to say that you still want to participate in this because you don't like the attitude of certain vegans, what does that say about you? For me, it wouldn't matter what anybody did or said. That pig, chicken, turkey, duck, fish, the list goes on, hasn't done anything to me. I love animals. I love every part of them. To be honest, I get disappointed with human beings quite a bit. So for me, the decision is a no-brainer. Yes, there can be aggressive vegans. Yes, there can be aggressive omnivores. Just because somebody becomes vegan, it doesn't mean that all of a sudden they become a lovely, caring, compassionate person. That's not how it works. But that's got nothing to do with you and you wanting to make the change. If you want to become a vegan, don't worry about nasty vegans. Let's worry about beautiful, loving, caring, compassionate animals that are suffering every single day. Billions and billions and billions are suffering. For me, it's a no-brainer, and I hope it is for you. The only way that we can make change in this world is if people like you who are thinking about becoming vegan make that next step. Animal cruelty is real. We make a choice every single day when we open our purses, and we can choose to be on the side of the abuser or the victim. I choose the victim every time. I'm Jade. This is the Rawsome Truth. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below, and most importantly, love life, live free, and go vegan. Bye for now.